Hello, everybody. It's Chris here. So, I wanted to do a quick little video. I wanted to help my friend Ureli out because she posted about, in her video, about doing a larger painting and how do you do it and the difficulties and all that. So, I'm just going to give my advice to her and to you if you have a large dime painting, if you've never done it. Done one of a very large one, and what I personally do. Again, this is what I do. You don't have to do it. But it helped me out, and it wasn't as bad as it could be. Or as I thought it would be. Okay, so first off, so I have this one. It's not done yet. I'm saving this till next year. It's the Festive Fireplace from Diamond Art Club. The size is a 98 by 70 centimeters. So it's very big. Now, what I did was I did the Christmas morning, which is about the same, maybe a little bigger, I think. So I sectioned it off with the washi tape stuff. That's the first time I ever did it. It kind of gave me issues because it was the first time, and I think I pulled the tape too much, so it was bunching. So I know better to do that, to fix it for next time. And I only am going to do that with a larger painting because, when something's so big, and for me, when it's a square on top of that, I think it helps to section it out in manageable sizes. So I would definitely still recommend using a tape, or if you replace the paper with those squares, with the release papers or the parchment paper type thing. I would definitely recommend doing that with a very large one. That's first of all. Secondly, just so you don't do too much at one time, I think that's a good idea. So secondly is, when I first started, for a long time, I used to work, I don't know if it's because I'm a righty, I don't know, but for whatever reason, I used to work from right to left, going on the bottom, and then I'd switch back to the right, to the left, going the next plate, and depending on how big the painting was, if it was a smaller one, a bigger one, then I would flip it around. Or I would just leave it if it was a smaller one, and I'd just go right to left, right to left, right to left. And maybe the top part I would flip around. Okay, so I changed that, and now I'm doing it left to right. I think it works better that way because going right to left, you're kind of leaning on the diamonds all the time, and it's not that that's a problem, but it just felt better doing from left to right now. So what I would do is, with such a large one, so I started on the bottom left. So I had, let's say, about mid-chair is the bottom half. So then I would cut it in half, so there would be 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, and then you could see this little line right here, maybe this would be the bottom, and let's do the square. So I would do this piece, and then I'd stop, and then I wouldn't go along the bottom still, then I would go to the next one. So I go to the second one on top of that, and I do that one. And then when that was done, I'd go back to the bottom one, and then over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how I worked, and I felt that's a lot easier than if I just went on the bottom, little smaller row all across, and then have to come back, or I just think doing the whole half is easier that way as we're going down. Of course, the higher you go, the harder it is. For me, I would just turn up the end just a little bit, because I could still then comfortably diamond paint this way, with it just turns up a little bit. Let's see, what else? Also, I'm working from, whether you're working on whatever side, you're going to have some hangover. Now, of course, this is all assuming you're working flat. Now, if you're doing it on an easel, I don't know. I don't use that. Obviously the top part will be hanging off, so that might, and the side, and it would be hanging off the side, so you might not have these issues. But if you're working on a table like I do, it's just all over. So what I did is I just rolled up a little bit on, the end to where the other side, to where it wasn't just plopped off and hanging all over and kind of out of control. So you either roll up, it depends on what you like, either roll up on the end, or what I prefer is I would roll for the top down. So I would roll it like that, and then I would, again, you kind of have to have some room if you do this, so then I would be able to roll it so it's not, because for me it's more of an inconvenience being up farther that way. I have stuff on the table over there, so I would need it to be more rolled up there, and just put a little, clips on the end so they stay on both ends. Or you could do it the other way, like I said. If you need room on the side, you can roll it that way, and then work on it that way. And again, don't roll it too far so your arm is hitting, of course. Okay, so then, like I said, I do that, bam, 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 bam. Okay, so then assuming you have the whole bottom part done, now, I don't know, again, that's the only way I know how to do it, is to flip it. I cannot imagine either curling it up or reaching to do the top part. That's not going to happen for me. So I would flip now to the top area. And again, what I did, assuming this side was the one, obviously the done side, I loosely rolled it, and I clipped it with those, the two metal clips. And again, you can choose what side to work on. You could do either this side or this side. So again, I did it from the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on and on, going all the way down. Honestly, it worked for me. I didn't have an issue with it at all. Obviously, when it's a little, the larger you get, even with, the larger you get, it is a more cumbersome and it's more awkward. That's for sure. But it's actually not as bad as you think, or at least not as bad as I thought it would be. So I was okay with it. Obviously, the more room you have too, the easier it is, just for it to be laying out or being able to hang off the table, whether there's the side or front or the desk, whatever you use. So that's really just my suggestions, is to roll it up a little bit, and even if you need to, like I said, when you're working on it, the top part of the second area, let's say the middle areas, you can just turn it a little bit, and it's not going to really hurt it. And also, the tip that I do when I'm doing something as big as this, I don't know how you all feel about it, but so I use my light pad. So let's say I have my light pad under it. So so I'm working on, let's say, this part, right? So my arms are always leaning, because again, I'm a righty, so my one hand's on this side leaning over here, and the other one's over here. So I'm kind of leaning on this all the time, and it doesn't hurt it, but it does put the creases a little bit into the painting, and it does also when there's diamonds on it, that I don't really like to do that. So what I do is I actually just put little, under here on both sides, this side and this side, I'll put a little some washcloths or hand towels or something. I'll fold up just so it kind of on top of the ends of the light pad, just so it feels better on my arms, so I don't feel that that sort of the hardness on the arms, and also so it doesn't dent the painting as much. Again, it's not that it hurts it or anything. It's just both for the arms and for the denting. Personally, I like to put folded up a washcloth just on the side a little bit. That's just another little tip or trick I have for you. But I think that's it. I don't think there's any other advice I could give. But beyond this last thing, I would say, I know a lot of people probably don't do this. It seems to be I'm probably maybe the only one. But before I even begin it, I tend to cut almost all of the border off. I do leave a little bit on there, maybe a centimeter and a half. So even just cutting all that, most of the border off, it gives me just that little extra room to work with when moving it up and down or to the side. It doesn't seem like a lot, but to me, it actually does help out. All right. I can't think of anything else. I hope this helped out. And again, if anybody has any questions, comments, maybe again, like I said, maybe I missed something, just don't hesitate to ask. All right. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye. Oh, stay safe and stay happy. Bye-bye.